Hi you guys, it's Debbie from my Vagabond Style. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, thanks for popping in and seeing what's going on. If you're coming back, I appreciate you coming back. And today I have a little something different that I found on EB Mixed Media. I'll link her channel. She did this challenge that was really fun. And what she did was she did it with dice and she rolled a number and picked um, like a medium, she picked a color, and she picked a technique. So what I did was I just tweaked it a little bit. I'm not going to use the dice, and I have more than 6 things in here, so it just kind of I went with what I had. So I didn't use exactly what she did. What I'm doing is I'm doing a medium, such as watercolor crayons, gesso, gel sticks, things like that. Then for a color, I have quite a few different colors. I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different colors that are in my color jar. And then on my bonus, I called it a bonus. It's like splatters or stencils or mark making. And I can use that or not, because what I'm thinking is if I get something like a fine tip marker and a color, that's great, but I really don't want to use that on maybe like bubble wrap or a stencil or something. So I'm just going to use this as a bonus jar. And she came out with some really neat painted papers on it. So what I'm going to do is just draw one from each. I won't know what they are. Okay, so I'm not looking. We'll pick one. And it is acrylic markers. Okay, so I just got some new acrylic markers off of Amazon. They are like a Posca, but they were, I think it was like maybe 20 bucks for this whole thing. I'll link them below, but it's a pretty nice assortment of them. So there's that. Okay, so we're going to use acrylic markers. I'm excited about that. And then let's see what color. In green. Okay, acrylic marker in green. So I think I'm just gonna, maybe I could, let's do a bonus. I feel like I could make that work. In numbers, okay. Acrylic marker, green, and numbers. So I can either use this in combination, do a green acrylic marker number, or I can add the numbers with it. That's how I'm doing it. Okay, I've got my green acrylic markers out, and I've got a few numbers. This I had laying on my desk, and then these I just had cut out from magazines. So I'm going to use those for numbers. And then I'm going to go ahead and write on here what we use in each step. And you can do as many steps as you want, but I'm going to say I'm going to do a minimum of picking these out 5 times. If you want to keep going, then keep going, but that's just the way I'm going to do it. Okay, so one of these I know I used, oh, it was this green. I don't know if I used any of the other ones. Yep, that one's been activated. I think that's the only one that's new. So just use the ones I already have going. And we'll just get some color on here. And by the time you get done with all these layers, probably won't even see any of this stuff, but that's okay. It's all part of the process. And like Erin over at EB Mixed Media was saying, she's like, you kind of got to work through the ugly. So true, right? There, that's going now. So let's pick out step number 2. Gel sticks. Okay. Let's pick out a color. Yellow. And let's just do that. We won't do an extra this time. So the gel sticks, I got these again off of Amazon. It's a huge, they're like gelatos, really. Um, they're by Kingston. I will link those below as well. And so we need to find the yellows. Here's some yellow here. There's like a gold. Okay, so gold and silver would have been good to have in my colors. So let's just see. They're Kingston Artist Mixed Media Gel Sticks. And we will, let's go with this yellow I had in my hand. Now these, when you put them on, they're a little bit like, I could rub it. It's kind of wet, and it actually just, it did get a little bit on my finger there. But if you wait just a few minutes, they'll dry. I forgot to put my numbers down, so I'm gonna do that now. I got excited, you guys. Okay, let's get these down. Just gonna use a little glue stick. Now, the really good thing about this too is that this is exactly the right size for artist trading cards. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut them up into artist trading cards and use them as, you know, already done backgrounds. Let's do a little bit more here since it's lacking. Okay, we've got some spots. We've got a spot. I really like these. They're very fun. And, you know, if you did want to smear it, you could smear it. Let me show you. That looks great, doesn't it? I don't need that in my hand. And let's get a little on the edge. I think it'll dry faster that way too. Okay, so let me write down number 2. Let's do step 3. A fine tip marker. Okay, and then we'll pick a color. Cream. Well, that is not very exciting. That's what it is. Let's see if I have a cream colored marker. Boy, this is so old. I don't even know if it'll work. I guess we're going to go with that's a cream colored marker. That's as close as I can get. So I'm just going to kind of do a few things here and there. Well, it didn't go real good in that gel. I probably shouldn't use my markers in that. I'm just doing a little mark making. I don't know what else to do here. Got to stay out of that yellow. Trying to hit the corners. Okay. So that was fine tip marker and cream. Okay, let's do the bonus first this time. Let's do a bonus. The scrap pile. Okay. Then let's do a color. Orange. And then we will do watercolor crayons. Okay, that's fun. So let me grab my watercolor crayons. They are right here. So this is really a fun idea because I haven't broke these out in a really long time. So yeah, that's great. Okay, let me just leave these up here. Hopefully, yes, there is an orange. And then the scrap pile is just my envelope of scraps that I have here. So there's anything from book pages, scrapbooking paper, wallpaper, all kinds of stuff. I kind of like to keep it in the orange family. Well, here's something fun we could put in that actually even has numbers too. Here's another little scrap. Here's some more dots. That's fun. Okay, let's go with that for right now. I'm trying to make the most of this, and they'll be cut up small, so I don't mind using the smaller pieces here because they're going to be 2.5 by 3.5 when we cut them down. This is just rice paper. This was an old little cut off from a jelly print. Well, this is really thick scrapbook paper. It'd be nice if I could take a little backing off of this. It would work. Make it a little thinner. It's not really coming off very well. There we go. But anyways, I hope you guys are doing good. Let's see what's going on here. You know, I told you guys that my dad is coming to stay with us for like 5 weeks, and I'm super excited about that. It should be the end of the month. You know, real estate transactions can be a little wishy-washy at times, and so I'm not sure what's happening on my sister's end. We are kind of in a hold, wait and see pattern what happens. So anyway, that's what's going on there. I like these numbers. Ooh, I think I'm going to cut this one right here. Let me write this down. So we had scrap pile. We had orange, oops, which I haven't done yet. And we have watercolor crayon. Watercolor crayon. I got those all written down. And I still need to do the watercolor crayon. I would really like to see if, I don't know how these work. It's been a while. I would really like to see how drippy I can get them. I don't know if you can get them drippy or not. But let's try. And then I'll know how I want to do this. Will they drip? Kind of. Come on, do your thing. Like it not to have such a harsh edge there on that top. So I wonder if I could like use it, like if I use this as like a little palette, could you pick it up off of there? Yes, you can. It's not real strong. If you guys can see this, sorry, I'm weird camera angle for this. So it is reactivating this, which is interesting because you could use that as like a watercolor. Huh. I did not know that. I think sometimes when you get kind of out of the box, let me while we're in here with the water, let me just see. Oh yeah, see, that totally reactivates it. Let's do another bonus because those are fun. Washi tape. Okay. I can put this one on there. Oh no, I didn't like that one because it was purple. Washi tape. My color is blue. Okay. Okay, and watercolors. Awesome. Okay. We just did a little bit of watercolor, but we can do it again. This time I'll get my regular watercolors. See if maybe those will be a little more interesting. Okay, so here again, I will link this below. It's my watercolor set. I really like these. A lot of different colors. The pigment's good on it. Let's do this neon blue. So I'm looking right here. Number 80. Okay, it says 80 on the bottom. I'm going to hit this with the heat gun real quick and make sure it's dry. And then I'm going to spray this to activate those. And I'll be right back. I'm just going to use this little lid to kind of help me out with holding some of this ink or some of this watercolor. I kind of want a really wet brush here. Let's see what happens. Hopefully I don't make some mud. I never know how much of this footage you guys want to see, but I think it would have been a little bit better if I had watercolor paper, but I just did it on Canton mixed media pad, and so plus you have all this other stuff on there. That gel pen doesn't let anything go beneath it, so it's only really absorbing where there isn't any of that gel pen or marker. But I still feel like the effect turned out really good. And I do like using all these different mediums. So I kind of feel like finally at this point we have something all over the whole page. I keep putting it on the yellow and this is reactivating, making the little green, which isn't bad. But if I want to keep some blue on here, I'm going to kind of have to stay away from the gel pins. What do you guys think? Would you do this? I just love that I'm able to get that I'm able to use a lot of these supplies that had just been sitting here. Okay, I'm just writing down what we did here. I need the washi tape still. So I've got some that has some blue lines running through here and turquoise. So I think that'll work good. And I'm just going to run it across. And, you know, when everything gets cut up, we'll see what happens. But I do want to use a little glue stick on this. And while I was away, I went ahead and hit this with the heat gun again. And I went right across the number. I had this one too, which was blue. I don't know, I might put a little bit of that on there. I don't really want it to be a focal point because I want to, you know, use these as ATC cards. So I don't know that I want to use that one because it says, you know, something on it like bloom and shine and dream, which is cool, but I don't know that I want that. I think like the most fun, if you've ever done anything like this before, is when you cut it up, you turn it upside down so you don't see it. We'll do that. And then just see what you come out with, which is usually pretty amazing. I've done inchies before. I don't know if you guys have done inchies. If you haven't, there's some videos out on that. And those are really fun. Same kind of idea. When you go to cut it up, you have no idea what you're going to end up with. Do a little more off the edge here. Maybe one more. I can't help myself. All right. That was 5 times, but I feel like I want to do it one more time. See what happens. I think if I did this again, what I would do is maybe keep taking these, once I use them, take them out so you don't get the same thing again. I'd like to try it that way. What do you guys think? Okay, this was just, okay, bubble wrap. Sorry, I should have brought that over. Maybe I'll take these out so I don't get them again. Okay, and color. White. Well, apparently this is not super colorful. I guess it is colorful. It's just not what I thought it was going to turn out to be. Okay. Acrylic paint. Okay, that's fun. Let me grab some bubble wrap and that white acrylic paint. Okay, I've used this once before. Hopefully that doesn't come off. Now, let's see. Maybe I'll use this new spreader that I got. Here we go. That worked pretty good. I don't know if you guys can see it. Spread a little more on there. A little bit right here, right there. Call it good. Okay, let me dry this off. Everything's dry, and I went ahead and kind of marked it on the back for the ATCs, which is 2.5 by 3.5. You know what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm just going to go ahead and mark it, because the only cutter that I have is, and I want to cut this with you guys so we can watch the magic together. So I'm just going to go ahead and draw the lines on the back. Why not? They don't have to be perfect. All right, I'm excited. Let's cut them out and see how they turned out. And then I'm going to decorate them. It's just fun that you don't know what you're cutting. Yeah, I can feel things on the other side. I did take a picture of it before I cut it so that I can use it as, probably put it on the thumbnail, but it will be fun just to see what it looked like before and after. Okay, you guys, here we go. Oh, that's fun. Look at that one. Interesting. I like it. You got a 3 going that way. And you know, who knows which way you like them. There's another one with that number on there. That's pretty cool. Do it this way or the other way. That's funny that 32 got cut right in half. Oops. Well, there's one. That's what I felt when I was cutting. And there's the other half. So fun. Okay, so I'm going to make a part 2 of this, you guys, and we're going to decorate these. This was so much fun. I really enjoyed it. I loved using all these different supplies that we have and that just sit there, you know. So I hope you give it a try. And I'll list below what items I used. And I think next time we do this, I definitely will take out what we used and just, you know, keep dwindling down on my prompts. I'm going to call this Collage Roulette. I think that's a great name for this. You just don't know what you're going to get. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you had a good time. I sure did. So I'll catch you next time for part 2 where we decorate this and have a great time doing that. I'll probably use, you know, my magazine images because I love those. And I'll catch you next time. Bye, you guys.